Get to know Dr. Brely Evans, actress, author, producer, director, and entrepreneur. With a career spanning film, television, and stage, she continues to inspire audiences with her talent, vision, and passion for storytelling.
I've been a fan of yours since Just Right.
Oh, wow.
When
Yes.
you were like, here's courtside tickets coming my way.
Dr. Brely Evans, welcome to the Chundria Show. How are you today?
Thank you for having me. I am fantastic.
Yes, you are. It's been a joy to watch your career. I'm really enjoying you and Mind Your Business right now.
Thank you. We had such a good time shooting it, so I hope it's transcendent.
And I want to know if Mia, because Mia's character is so witty and raw and like on it, do you feel like, is that your personality you bring into that role?
I feel like it's a lot of Mia is me. I am the consummate best friend. You know, I am a really good best friend, and I feel like that's why I get a lot of these roles where I play the best friend, because that's who I am in real life. But Mia is a little bit, out there, outspoken, and is down for her friends. So that's most certainly who I am in real life.
Awesome. I love that. All right, let's talk about this directorial debut, because the credits are endless, right? You've been acting for a really long time. You have a lot of amazing credits. You've perfected your craft, and now you've leaned into directing your directorial debut. It's a project called Divided. Looks like you just wrapped that up right here in Chicago, so congratulations on that. What inspired you to step behind the camera? Was this always the plan all along?
A lot of my directors have told me, hey, I think you should direct. And I'm like, really? And I think it's a big job, right? I'm like, I don't know about it. But what happened, honestly, is I teach in between acting. So when I'm in between shows, when Family Business is down or Mind Your Business, and I'm not shooting either of the two of those, I have this downtime where I feel like it's my time to give back. So if you go to my website, BrelyEvans.com, you will see there that I have a host of classes, one-on-ones, because I want people to know at least what I know so that they can be greater than myself. So as I'm teaching, and it's called Everything They Don't Teach You in Acting Class, which is hilarious because I literally teach the business. I think there's enough courses out there that's teaching you how to break down a script, how to emote, how to use the techniques in your body. There's not enough classes telling you about how to get to the money. So that's what I provide. I provide how you sustain yourself as an actor in this business. So I'm doing that, and I happened to reach out to some of my students and said, how's it going? How's auditioning? Are you booking any roles? I want to know what they're doing. And they said, no, we don't have resumes. They're asking us for reels, and we don't have those things because nobody's hiring us. So I decided to be the answered prayer. So my movie making masterclass was born. I decided I would put together films where my students could be successful in roles that are tailor fit to them so that there will be no question on that performance being hot, right? So that they would have something to use for their reel. They would also have a line item for their resume. So I started doing the master classes, and this first movie, Divided, was the first one. We had 37 actors in this film.
Wow, 37 actors. So this was your way to give back, to create opportunity. And I know this had to be a really rewarding feeling to be the first one to give them that opportunity, because you gave them the tools, I give you the resources, I give you the gold, but now you need a place to apply that. Because that's the second half we don't talk about enough. We can, no matter what industry you're in, you can learn all of the things, but where am I supposed to put this and apply this, those opportunities? Why Chicago?
Well, Chicago, because I have two amazing business partners, Jay Stovall and Chris Searcy. They were my production team, and they said, yo, sis, we got you. We'll shoot your film here. And so they actually came in and gave me the beginnings of Divided. They said, we also have a film idea. I took a read of it. I jumped in on the writing, and it was over with. So we wrote it, produced it right there in Chicago because that's their hometown. And we were blessed with a lot of resources there, right? So I have a lot of resources in California and Atlanta, but they had Chicago on lock. So we were able to go to some churches there. We had office buildings, homes, and just everywhere we needed to pull this off. So Chicago, I am forever like in love with Chicago for just showing up for us. The city really showed up.
I'm not only really fascinated by the fact that you did this, that you gave
In 5 days. In 5 days.
5 days. That's mind blowing. My gosh. But then when I think about how you tailored it to each actor, so what did you ask them, like what ideal role they wanted, or how did you figure out the perfect opportunity?
Well, we had two opportunities. Either you could join the class by joining the class, which for sure you a speaking role. That's one thing about my class. You get in that movie making master class. Oh, you in the movie. It is not just walking by. You're not an extra. So if you're in the class, we know your strengths because you've been studying with us. And then if you auditioned in, was a second way to do it, we knew where to place you.
Okay, that makes sense. So actress turned director. I'm certain this isn't the last time you're going to do this.
Oh, no, we're gearing up for the next one right now.
Okay. And where would that take place? Where would that be filmed? There
So right now, it's looking like Atlanta. It's looking like Atlanta's going to be the next hotspot.
Oh, I love that. Atlanta's a great market to go to. So you've made this journey, actress to director. You're still acting, so the work doesn't stop. You're still teaching. Now you're directing, you're writing. You're doing all these amazing things. And I know it hasn't been easy because you have a lengthy career. How has your faith shaped that evolution for you and given you really courage, not only to embrace new lanes in your career, but also inspire others?
Can I tell you this? Without faith, in putting your faith to use, you really have nothing. I didn't realize that I had been coasting for a very long time. I really feel like almost 20 years of doing real good right here, right? But when I took that leap of faith to produce and direct, I felt like a new booty again. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm at the bottom. I got to learn this craft. That's a whole nother craft. And it was very humbling. And it also caused me to have to use my faith. I had faith, but I don't know if I was using it necessarily because I got to a point where work was just coming in for me left and right. So I'm good. I can take care of myself. I can do those things. But if I am honest, I'm so glad I took this leap of faith because it caused me to lean on God even more. To say, okay, Lord, how are we going to pay for this? Okay, Lord, we got to get these locations down. Like, it was really something to have to be new again. So I encourage everybody, don't get stuck. Even if you feel like you're on top in the industry, go and find something else to add to yourself because it is very humbling and it's also very freeing to jump off the cliff again and know what it feels like to be going down. But then God puts that parachute up and you know that you cannot fail. Absolutely.
Now, performing has been on your heart for a really long time. It makes me curious about Little Brely and what into because your roots started in music. Is that right?
Yes. Image was my first record deal with a group called Image, EMAGE. Go to YouTube, pull up our first single, The Choice Is Yours. And can I just give a shout out to the gentleman who produced our first record? The music to it. His name was Hitman Howie T, and he recently passed away in the last couple of days. And just to know that he did all of those club bangers in the 90s, Special Ed, and Chub Rock, like all the Salt and Pepper, like all those beats you heard, that's the same guy who produced our first single, and he recently passed away, so I just really want to give it up to him. And to my bandmates, to both Tara and Micah. Like, we were 3 girls out of Oakland that had a dream, and shout out to Drez from Black Sheep, who saw us walking down the street and we weren't even singing. He just thought we were cute. And so I said, look at God. He thought we were cute and we were able to sing for him and end up getting a record deal. So life has been magical, with living by my gifts since day one, to be honest.
Love that. And what would little Brely say now if she could see adult version of Brely doing all these incredible things?
Little Brely would be like, I knew it. Because I used to tell my mom, I want to be famous. I'm going to have butlers and maids. She'd be like, girl, you're going to go get a job. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, I knew it, and I believe all kids know it. I really do. And I think that parents, a part of parenting is seeing what your child leans towards and then just doing your best to be that momager or that papager to make sure that they are getting that support to grow. That's how we have Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. That's how we have Venus and Serena. That's how we have Tiger Woods, is because their parents saw something and nurtured it. So I'm blessed that my family caught on a little later, like, because I had my mom and dad driving me to all kind of rehearsals. Oh, I'm in a play. I got to go sing here. I need to go there. And so they were like, oh my God, they gave me a car at 15 and the keys. Here you go. Bye. Take yourself. So they knew early on that I was going to be in the arts, but they didn't know I would take it this far.
I'm so proud of you. And I just
Thank
want
you.
to planet, just congratulations and thanks for sharing your gift with the world, because you could just get your check, go to set and come home and eat your dinner and call it a day, but you continue to use your voice to speak out and let people know, like, it's okay to have a dream and it's okay to go after it fervently. It's okay to have faith. You gotta have faith. That's kind of complementary to your goals. So you're leading by example every day, whether you're on set or whether you're mentoring this new generation of talent, and I think that's really admirable. And I'm curious of, like, what now, present day, what's driving that mission, and how are you staying grounded after spending so many years in Hollywood, because a lot of people don't have different experiences than you have.
What success is to me is not how much I accomplish. What success is to me is how many people can I put on. And that's success to me. My son is 18 now. He said, Mom, I don't want to go to college. I want to act. I was like, let's do it. So, of course, he's in Divided. He's in that movie, too. He plays Malik. He has booked his next film already that shoots in Los Angeles coming up in next week. So it's success to me is how many people can I give this dream to? Can I help ignite their way? I just got off of a Zoom. I do one-on-ones with up-and-coming actors to get them on their way, set a plan. Like, this is an entrepreneurship situation. Like, being an actor, you are starting a new business. So I have to get them set up and get their business set up, making sure they have the materials, make sure they're taking the right classes. There's a lot that goes into this. So I enjoy being a mentor. They call me Coach Brely, and that's cool too. I'll be your coach. And I realized that no champion of any sport did it on their own. They had a mentor, they had a coach. You've never seen a basketball team without a coach. You've never seen a football team without a coach. Same thing for acting. You need to get people in your corner fighting for you and what you want from behind the scenes. And that's why I choose not to be a manager and not to be an agent. Like, I manage my son, but that's just because it's the momager in me, right? But as far as, like, being someone's mentor, I want to give what I know. And I think that's what my success is going to be, is those who will be able to say, Brely Evans put me on.
I believe in divine intervention, and if somebody is watching this and they want to get into performing arts, film, television, media, etc., and they're interested in taking any of your classes or your coaching, or even just experiencing what it's like to be on set, is there a way, who are you looking for this time around, or how can it get on the next wave?
I'm looking for people who are committed to the craft. You say you want to do this. You've been saying it for a long time. You're a little scared to, jump out there. I'm here to hold your hand to get it done. Like, let's get it done. Let's not only learn the craft, respect the language of the craft, get in there, be presentable on set, be wonderful to work with, but also be bomb at what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to push people out into this industry that they're like, ooh, where did they come from? And they're like, oh, I came from Brely. No, don't use my name, So I want to get, happy, rounded, people into this industry. So if that calls your name, then go to BrelyEvans.com and sign up. Get a one-on-one with me so that we can talk about what your goal is, what your future looks like, It's an interesting thing because, being an actor, your time is really the industry's time. Like, it's so funny because every time my girlfriends and I book a trip, I book a movie or a TV show. So I'm like, oops, I can't go, y'all. So, what are you willing to give for this opportunity? So, follow me on all social media platforms, please. I even put it, down on the screen there because I want to be your mentor. I want to be that for anybody who has that little. Maybe you say, I don't want to be an actor. I want to do it one time. I'm okay with that because you might get bit by the bug just trying it. But I want to make sure you have the tools and the language to be successful.
I love that. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And before we wrap up today, I have a few lightning round questions.
Oh, I love lightning rounds.
All right. So let's talk about a role that you've played. And I want to go back before the role, where it was a dream. Like, I just want to play this type of character, this type of role, and God laid it in your lap and you did it. What's that role?
That would be Ambitions. I was on a show called Ambitions, and I was actually literally at work on set of Last Call, which was my first series regular role. And I was walking past this guy who was kind of cute. And I said, oh, and I just kept walking. And he said, hey, you look like you could play this role and I'm looking for somebody for it. I said, no, I am her. And he was like, oh. I said, you got some sides? You got the lines? Let me read it for you. He was like, whoa, let me come back tomorrow. That was Benny Boom, who I was walking past. Benny Boom then came back to my set. He happened to be in the building going to visit the casting director, George Pierre, and he caught me in the hallway. So when I tell you guys, you don't know how God, like that was God right there. Like he just made me, I was walking to lunch. And then being the spicy person I am, that happened to be how Rondell in the character, how she is. And he was like, oh, you are this person. So to be able to play that role was life-changing. To work with Will Packer as my producer, you know what I'm saying? It was just like incredible. We had different directors coming through. We shot that in 8 months working on Tyler Perry's lot. So I was going into Tyler Perry's brand new studio lot every day. It was a dream, absolutely. And I know that when you just operate in just trusting God and believing, like, I know he got it. Like, because even that first, series regular role, I was on my very first one. And in the walking to lunch on that one, I get another one. Like, it's unheard of. So, yeah.
Wow, that's a beautiful story. Thank you. Next one, coffee or tea when you're in a creative mode and you want to get a lot done?
Neither really, but if I had to choose, I would go with iced tea.
So what do you drink? If you don't normally do coffee or tea, what do you normally do?
I like juice. I'm a juicer.
Okay.
I'm with the kids. I'm with the kids in the fruit punch. I'm juicing. Yeah.
All right, what's a song that instantly lifts your mood?
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got Jesus on my mind, I ain't never giving up. Cause every time I walk into the building, everybody's hands go up. That's one of my high points. I'm telling you, I actually made a playlist. If you're in my acting classes on Zoom, I started with the playlist. I tell them, y'all better make your own playlist because you're going to hear win, win, win over here. I love Closer to My Dreams. I love that song. Like, I listen to songs that remind me of where I'm going.
Love that. Perfect. That's already 2 songs already on the playlist. We'll have you feeling like you could take over the world.
That's it.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Ooh. I'm trying to pick which one I want. If I had a superpower, I would want to be able to be invisible. I mean, there's so many. I wanted to say to fly, but then I wanted to say to be able to move things. But I think being invisible is interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I could be in rooms that nobody knew I was in.
Yeah. Like, ooh, I got it. That's a really good one. One word that describes the first day you were directing.
Blessed. Because I had a dream. And this time, I put myself in it instead of waiting for somebody else to give me the opportunity.
2 more to go. You are cooking here. What's something people will be surprised to know about you?
They would be surprised to know I don't like being home alone. I love people. I like having people around. I love to do things together. I'm the togetherness queen. Let's eat together. Let's go together. Who can you go with me? They're like, you got to learn to be by yourself. No, I don't.
Come on, go with me.
Yes, I'm her.
I need to make returns. Let's go.
Let's go. Come with me. Exactly.
And last one, what's your go-to quote or mantra that you use when things get tough or difficult and you know for a fact you're going to get through it?
I put my hand on my chest, and this is what I teach my actors. Calm yourself down and say, everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Because if you think about it, you've gotten through 100% of all your trials and tribulations. That's why you are here today. So everything always works out for me.
Dr. Brely Evans, it has been a true pleasure. Thank you for being my special guest today on the Chundria Brownlow Show.
Thank you, Chundria. This is
I'm
awesome.
so excited for everything that you're doing. We're going to stay tuned and keep an eye up on the next great big film that you have for your talent, your actors, and your crew community there for your company.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would love to come back when we have another one.
Yes, please do. Please do.